All right, let's look at the second side here, not nearly as long as the first. You'll notice we just have three topics left. The first one, I want to do a median problem with you, meaning like medians and trapezoids. So here it is. The length of the median of trapezoid RSTV is 60 feet if the bases have lengths 4x minus 1 and 6x plus 11. We want to find x. Okay, so this one's a little bit different than some of them that we've seen before. So for those of you who are very visual, here's what we're talking about. So you have a trapezoid with a median. We're told that the median of this RSTV trapezoid is 60. That one of the bases, and I don't know which one, I'll just say this one is 4x minus 1, and then this other one is 6x plus 11. Okay, so remember that the median is equal to 1/2 times the two bases added together. So the median equals 1/2 times 4x minus 1, plus 6x plus 11. Okay, so if we multiply this over first, we get 120. Combine like terms in here. 10x, that's a minus 1 plus an 11, so plus 10. Subtract that 10 over, so you get 110 equals 10x. And now when we divide, looks like x is 11. And we're done. That's all we had to do for that one. Okay, this next one, we haven't really spent a lot of time on this. We did this in the chapter that we did, chapter 4, when we looked at triangles, but we didn't really do it here. So I just want to go over one problem like this because I know you'll have one like this on your test. So here we go. A quadrilateral has vertices A0, BC, negative BC. What are the coordinates of the fourth vertex? Notice you're only given 3. We want to find the fourth one. Such that the quadrilateral is an isosceles trapezoid. Okay, so we're going to have to use what we know about isosceles trapezoids. So it may help to draw a picture. Okay, so we have one at A0, so that must mean that it's right on the x-axis. Okay, so we go out whatever A is, and then it's at 0. So A0. Then we have one at BC. All right, well, I don't know how long B is, but it's going to be over and up. So I'll just say it's maybe right about there. So this one will be BC. Then we have one at negative BC. Okay, so that says that we're going the same distance here because we went over B. Now we're going to go negative B up C. Okay, so it looks like we have this so far. Now this is isosceles, and these are both the same distance apart. Wouldn't this and this have to be the same distance apart as well? So if this is out A, wouldn't this be A in the negative direction? Whatever A is. So the missing vertex would have to be negative A0. Okay, so you will have one like that that requires you to use what you know about these shapes and just kind of apply it to some coordinates. Okay, it's just one problem on there. All right, the last one. We've seen some like this before. In fact, you had one like this on your quiz. Here we go. Determine whether each figure is a parallelogram, a square, rhombus, or trapezoid. Here we go. A is at 12, 0. B is at 6, -6. C is at 0, 0. And D is at 6, 6. Okay, now we're not told it's a parallelogram. We have to determine what it is. Okay? So that means we're going to have to use slope and distance. All right. So if we have this figure, no idea what it is, random quadrilateral, A, B, C, D. Okay, so we need to see what kind of angles we have. So if we go slope of AB, BC, let's see here. So AB is -6 minus 0 over 6 minus 12. So that would be -6 over -6, so 1. Okay, so the slope of this is 1. How about BC? So 6 minus 0 over 6 minus 0, so 6 over 6, which would also be 1. That's not right. Did I look at the wrong? Oh, I looked at D. That's why it doesn't look right. Oy. Sorry. -6. This is a negative. This is a negative. There we go. That's what I did. Okay, so we just showed this. But again, we don't know if this is a parallelogram. So we can't just assume that all these are going to be the same, all right? Because it doesn't tell us that. So we actually have to do slope and see what else we got here. I mean, I could assume that, but I don't know. So let's do CD and AD just to make sure, because it doesn't say it's a parallelogram, so I just don't know. So CD, now I can do CD. So 6 minus 0 over 6 minus 0, 6 over 6, so 1. Okay. So we got that. So things are looking good. All right, how about AD? Let's just make sure. I mean, it should work, but let's just make sure. So 6 minus 0 over 6 minus 12. So we get 6 over -6. Yep, we're good. So we have 4 right angles. Okay, so it's either going to be a square. Oh, I didn't put rectangle. It's either going to be a square or a rectangle. Okay, so now we can just do distance formula twice. And it doesn't matter which two sides, just try and pick two sides that are next to each other. So how about we do AB and BC? I forgot to put rectangle up here. Okay, so it's either going to be a square or a rectangle. Got it. All right, so AB. How about 6 minus 12 and -6 minus 0? So we get -6 and another -6. So 36 plus 36 looks like the square root of 72. Okay. How about BC? I'll use the right ones this time. 0 minus 6 and 0 minus -6. So that's like 0 plus 6, right? So -6 squared and +6 squared. Things are looking good. 36 and 36. Yes, we got it. So these two sides are the same. And again, we have those right angles, so we know that the other ones will follow suit. Okay, so this is a square. All right, so with those, the biggest thing is just make sure that you provide enough evidence so that you're absolutely 100% sure. Okay, and we've done a lot of them like that, so I'm not worried. All right, so for tomorrow, summary. Remember, 4-sentence minimum, although that's not really an issue. Remember, you should have no opinion in a summary. That's an opinion piece. Then just a few review problems for you to do. You're going to be on pages 370 to 372, and you're going to do problems 11 through 15, that's all of them, number 18, number 20, 21, 23, and 24. Okay? And that should prepare you for your test tomorrow. I'm sure you guys will all do wonderfully on your test. So make sure you have both of those items tomorrow, your summary and your review. Have a great rest of the day, and I will see you tomorrow.